This is just a continuation of the basic jeweler's tools. You need an anvil. This is a steel bench block, and I just put it on the bench and hammer on it. If you can get a proper anvil, good on you. They used to be pretty hard to come by, and there used to be one in every farmer's paddock. If you can get one, try to get one that's about 40 centimeters long, 1.5 feet, and forged. A forged one is better than a cast one. A small drill press is quite handy. It doesn't have to be a jeweler's. It can be just a small one from any hardware store. It'll work just fine. This is a pumice pan. It's volcanic foam basically. It's good for annealing metal. This is what I keep my pickle in. It's just a Tupperware container. It's cold. It still works. It just means that sometimes you have to go have a cup of tea while you're waiting for the metal to get clean. A good light so that you can see. This is from Officeworks, and it's just a plain incandescent light. Works just fine. Dapping blocks, both metal and wood, because the wood won't erase a pattern that you have in the metal. Dapping punches, which are here, just an assortment. A disc cutter. This is Swanstrom. It's pricey, but it's a lovely piece of machinery. This is a bench shear. It's only ever cut silver or gold, so the blade is quite sharp. A regular old vise and draw plates, a basic square draw plate and a basic round draw plate, so that you can pull your wire down. So you just get one size wire, and then you can pull it to whatever size you want. My rolling mill is a Durston, and it's a Roma 150, which I quite like because it's got a lot of half-round rollers, quite big ones here, so it's easy to make bangles. Cordless drill and an assortment of knitting needles that I use for making jump rings. Really handy. You can get cordless drills cheap these days, actually cheaper than one of the old hand-powered drills. Ring sizers, if you're making rings. Bangle sizers, if you're making bangles. An assortment of hammers with different patterns. You can make these yourself. I just use an abrasive cut-off disc in my handpiece and cut the patterns into the head of the hammer. I buy hammers at the swap marts for $5 a piece, and it's nice because this way you can just put your metal on the anvil, hammer it, and you come up with a nice pattern on it. An ultrasonic cleaner. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's a lot nicer than a toothbrush and green soap. A polishing motor for Tripoli and Rouge. And this is a tumbler with various polished steel shot in it and basically soapy water. A hydraulic press, bench mount, the smallest one that they make is 2 or 3 ton, which is more than enough for jewelry. It's So that's pretty much your basic setup. When you start getting into specifics, then it gets pretty expensive. I do a lot of casting, and I'll show you a bit of my stuff. So I have a vulcanizer for doing my rubber molds. And these are some of the rubber molds that I've made. And what you do is you inject wax into these and then make what they call a tree. And so your tree will be in here. You put your flask over it. You pour investment plaster into here. Then once the plaster sets, you melt out the wax and pour molten metal in. So this is my wax injector, and this is my kiln and vacuum machine, and down here is my centrifugal caster. So this is the old style casting, but I like it. I like it better than the vacuum casting. Now in the first video I showed you the bench peg. So this is GRS. Pretty much every jewelry supply place has them. This little bench adapter here is quite nice because you can hammer on it. And with this dovetail setup, you can either use the vise, which is quite good. It's smooth jawed, so it doesn't mark your metal. There's a ring clamp, which is quite good because it's a three-way adjustable, this way, and this way, and it tightens here on the bottom. So these are plastic jaws. And my all-time favorite is my double third hand setup, also by GRS. And these are really magic because they're so precise that you can hold two pieces of metal together and they'll stay exactly where you want them. And oftentimes I'll use one side to brace my hand against while I'm working with the other side. Magic. So there you go. The first video was just hundreds of dollars, and this second video was thousands of dollars. As you can see, I'm a bit of a tool junkie, but I really love being able to just reach for the tool that I know will do the job perfectly. So let's go make jewelry.